Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you.
Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 158. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week, well, we said we had some interviews lined up. And, well, today's the start. It is a full episode with, well,
a previous visitor to the tub.
From a long way back.
Single-digit episodes, huh?
Yes. So, I want to thank Erica Icon at the Rub PR for, well, she facilitated our first conversation with this performer.
Way back in 2022?
Yes. Episode 7. You can catch our first conversation. We were still navigating our way, a little bit more so than we are today.
We were newbies, so to speak.
Yes, and she was on the newer side of within the industry as well. And as you'll hear in our conversation, a lot has changed since then. Over the years, we have interviewed and got to know her at Exoticas.
Yes.
And, you know, and again, she will share that from then till now, her content, what she does, and everything around that has kind of developed and changed a bit.
Evolved?
Yes, that is a great word. She has evolved. Not just as the content creator and performer she was then, but now moving behind the camera as well. We discuss a lot of things, really. This was a good conversation. It was great to catch up with her. She was not at Exotica, New Jersey. She shared she was sick. She was supposed to be there and came down with the flu, so was not there. So we didn't get to see her at the end of the year. And she always is a staple.
We always look forward to her different costumes.
The looks, the energy, everything that she does. So, enough yapping. We're going to hop right into the tub and welcome Ray Ray. All right, welcome into the tub. As we shared, we have a very special guest actually returning back to the tub. Our guest today is, as we said, a familiar face and voice in the tub. She joined us way back on episode 7, as well as numerous conversations during the Exotica convention tours. This queen of gangbangs has worked to show that your everyday woman next door can be super successful in the industry. She has grown leaps and bounds since last time we sat and had a conversation and cannot wait to share all of these successes and new things that she has done and continues to do. We want to take a minute and thank Erica Icon at the Rub PR for, again, bringing her back to us for some time. Please welcome Ray Ray. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm excited to be back in the tub and see what happens. So.
Yeah. As we said, and before we started recording here, episode 7. I think you know it's been a long time. We're coming on 2 years that we've had the chance throughout that to get to know you better. A face at Exoticas every time we're there, and just it's been great to watch your success and your career growth since then.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's awesome. Like every time I see you guys, I'm like, oh, they're so great. They always have awesome questions, unique things to ask me, and so it's instead of it's the same like 10 things. I don't mind answering the same 10 things over and over and over again, but it's really nice when someone like thinks of something unique, and then it kind of Exotica can get very monotonous. It's like hi, hi, hi. So it's nice when you guys show up with something that's engaging. So.
Well, and from our end, thank you. We appreciate that because that's always what we've tried to do. Like, let's make it lighthearted, and really, we've had someone else say, "Look, I can unwind and breathe and relax a little bit when we see you and have a conversation at Exotica." So that makes us feel good as well. You can,
yeah, definitely, and it's needed.
Yeah,
so
those days are long. Fans don't realize just the not just the physical, the mental just drain and energy that you guys put out at those conventions.
Yeah, having to just be on for hours on end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exhausting. Sometimes I'm like, is my smile permanent? Have I been smiling too long? It's permanent. It's like that movie Smile that came out, like permanent smile. Hi, like, and so there are days that I get done with like the floor and I'm like, I just want to cuddle my person and sit and not do anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we get that. And the one thing that we have seen kind of with Exoticas is you always have something. Every day you have a different costume. You're playing somebody different in Jersey around Halloween time. You really go all out. It is not just, hey, I'm at my booth. Here's my pictures. Come and see me.
Yeah, I like it. It's like I get to be different people. I actually recently went through my costume closet and organized it the best I could because I have so many costumes that I just put in plastic bags and I like labeled them. I probably have over 100 costumes in there. So I have as long as I don't gain a lot of weight, I have anything for everything, which I don't know if it's good or a bad thing. But
well, and again, you never know. It's one of those. All right, hey, I wore it once, but guess what? I can wear it. I can definitely wear it again. And yeah, that's always the thing. It's like, all right, who's Ray going to be today? It's always a great thing to look forward to, and what's it going to be? Because they're always pretty damn spot on too.
Yeah, I try. It's the same with like how I shoot my content. I try to have it as the dialogue is written where it would actually happen, or we get an actual boxing ring for a boxing ring like scene I'm doing. So I try to, with everything I do, make it as realistic or good as possible. So
yeah, awesome. Well, before we get too deep into conversation, can you let the listeners know, if they are not aware, where can they find Ray online and on social medias?
So the best place to find me and all my dirty stuff, which supports me directly, is rayrayxxx.com. It is my website. I have a lot of videos up there. It's great. My travel schedule, interviews. This will eventually be up there. So yeah, check that out. And then my socials are Twitter, Ray_XXX, Instagram, Ray_of_sunshine529. And yeah, I post daily on both. So yeah, reach out to me.
Awesome. Great. And again, yes, you're very much within the social medias and everything. I mean, we see you regularly, so you are out there. And again, doing a lot. So, from that, do you have some new things that have come about since we last chatted?
I have gone probably I have totally different performer. I am a producer now, so I feel like I graduated from just content creation to actually producing. Within the last few years, I've been hiring pretty big name talent for two 10-episode series I will be releasing the Girl Girl will be releasing this year, and then I haven't decided when I'm going to do the Boy Girl series. But it's with big name talent. One of the last episode in my Girl Girl series is the woman who won Female Performer of the Year this year. So I have some really big name talent. And the Girl Girl series called Fox Slayer will be releasing this year, which is exciting. Let's see what else. I am a tiny little company, and I got a DVD distribution deal through Pulse. So I have today I released my second DVD with them, and my third releases on the 26th. And then I'll have 2 each month releasing after that, which is really exciting.
Big. Yeah,
it is a really big thing. Yeah. So I was really honored that they wanted to take me on, because they don't really do that anymore. It's mostly for really big companies. So it made me feel great. And then I was crazy, and in November teamed up with Hazel Grace, who you probably know it from Exoticas and stuff, and she's always very bubbly and happy. We decided to remake The Office. We remade 4 episodes of The Office with a full crew, an entire office set, and full production cast in LA in November. And that is called Please Hold. It will be releasing in April around Chicago Exotica. So
nice. Yeah. And we had heard about that from someone else that we had talked with and had on the show, and they were like, well, there's something, but we really can't say much, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be awesome. And so, that's a fun one. Yeah,
it's really cool because we did it in office style too. So there's the interviews, there's the weird cutaways, and then there's the sex that brings it full circle. And all of the main characters are there. They just have different names. Sure. So have a fun time figuring out who is who in The Office. I play the ditzy secretary Erin character who really tries hard but doesn't know what she's doing half the time. And it was really fun. To be ditzy and dumb was really fun. So...
well, and you said that, as you said, that acting side to really be able to bring that through and have fun with that, writing the scripts and everything, it adds that whole other dimension.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely grown into a producer now because I think of the full circle. I reach out to sets to get it approved for, porn or not porn. I get all the props. We write full scripts, and then we have the scenes edited and hire really big name talent. So slowly getting there, but I am producing at a level that I am very proud of, and I'm excited for people to see the good stuff that will be releasing this year from me. So
awesome. And then there's a podcast as well.
Yes. So I decided I didn't do enough, I guess. Even though I do 100 things every day. I'm glad I have people in my life that tell me to stop, because I will never. I'll work myself to death. It's my Virgo tendencies of being a perfectionist all the time. It's exhausting. Yeah. Great, but exhausting.
Sure.
So I thought that there was something missing in the industry, and so Deep Thoughts, which came about probably 6 or 7 months ago, was an idea that I'd been thinking about for a long time in my career. And basically it centers around mental health and normalizing us as people and opening the conversation of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we talk about sexual assault, we talk about discrimination, we talk about all these things that get pushed under the rug. And I'm glad to finally be having those conversations because I think they're needed. So 7 months ago, one of my good friends, who I've done probably 20 scenes with, Rebel Writer, decided to join me on this crazy podcast journey. And then one of my good friends, Kevin, who's done a few podcasts, I was like, will you help me? And he was like, yes. So he brings the non-industry comedic side to the podcast, and it works really well. So
awesome. And the topics that you just said, and we've kind of changed in our feel and what we've done since we last talked. And we talked about kind of our Exotica interviews, and they're fun and they're relaxed and they're laid back. And that's really what we've tried to go to, was that normalization of the industry, of performers, because the reality is, and we've tried to stress it even to our listeners, is yes, you are Ray Ray on screen, but you come home, you have to wash clothes, you clean, you cook dinner. Like, it is
Take care
a
of pets
job. Yeah.
Right. I have red blood like everybody else.
Yeah. And, there's a handful of people in this world that are good and people pay money to see them have sex.
Right.
You know what? There are a handful of people that, hey, people pay money to eat the food that they cook. That's exactly what this is. And on top of that, mental health is so, and unfortunately, I think that is one of the areas that the industry has a bad rap because it's, mental health, suicide, drug abuse, but that is, you unfortunately in media, you hear the negatives and the bads, which are a small percentage. Yeah. And every industry has it, no matter what you're in.
They definitely do. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to start Deep Thoughts was I don't think there's enough mental health resources for what we do because we're daily bombarded with your self-worth is with what people can take from you and how you look. And in an industry that was the main things, you need more mental health resources than we have. And so I hope with podcasts like yours and mine, eventually we've talked about on my podcast about a nonprofit being put together for like mentorship to help with financial help, like tax help, all these things that we don't really have access to in the industry, as well as a union where they could put policies in place and like we would have protection against things. And I hope one of these days there are one of those two things because they are needed. So
yeah, and there's some of those, but not enough, as you said. And I've seen on social media and people talk always around this time. Hey, does anybody know a tax preparer?
Right.
Because essentially you're running your own business. That is, but. You got to do it right or you're going to get in trouble. Like, the government's already come out and with the world of pay sites and the PayPals and all this, that just changes the world with taxes and everything. And everybody is good citizen. You're not looking to break the law. You got to do it right.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother stressful thing for you.
Right. Yeah, and definitely the mentorship is really important because a lot of people start this at a young age. They don't even know who they are. So having for male talent, showing them what they should do, and then female talent like, telling them what to do, I think would be a really good thing to combat all of the things people do to cope with this line of work.
Yeah, definitely. And that it is such a huge thing. And in our interviews, we typically do. That is a question. How do you control your mental health? And, or what do you do for yourself to kind of mentally decompress because you have to? And there are people that we've talked to that are like, well, we don't. We just work and we keep going. Well, that's everybody needs to find that.
Yeah.
Because it's burnout first and then it goes just down a bad path.
Yeah. I mean, my body tells me, like, I will literally work myself to death unless somebody tells me you are overexerting yourself. And then I'll be like, oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do these 5 things today. But I think I'm Superwoman, so I think I can. But my body basically tells me I have gone through stints of anxiety, depression, and it's because my body is so burnt out. And I've worked it so hard that it needs to work its funk out. And then I come back to, like, my center. And it has happened more times than I would like doing this line of work because I do 100 jobs. I'm the marketer. I'm the person who coordinates sets. I get the props. If I don't do it, it won't get done.
Yeah. And that's that. The world of content creation really has led to a lot of that because that is what it is now. If you're running your OnlyFans, Loyal Fans, whatever those sites are, well, you're marketing, you're producing, hope if you're lucky enough that you're making enough money from it, you can hire an editor to edit your videos or whatever. But there's a lot that goes into it that, oh my.
It would scare some people. They'd be like, I'm tired, so don't sleep. But thanks for asking. No. I mean, I wish. I would either want to be an elf or a vampire. One or the other, because then you have sex forever. Like, you're sexy and you can have sex forever, and that sounds great. So.
Yeah, nothing changes and you keep going.
Yeah, I'd be like, if I looked like this for the rest of my life, I would just crush dick forever, and it would be great.
There you go.
So,
And you never get tired.
yeah, as a vampire, you definitely wouldn't.
Yeah. So where can listeners find the podcast?
So you can find it all over, but like Deep Thoughts, if you just look at Deep Thoughts, you'll find it. I don't have the social media fully memorized, so I'm gonna read it off real quick. So let's see. On Twitter, you can find us at @deepthoughts_pod, and then we post across all the platforms, so Instagram as well. All _ those deep _ thought. On TikTok, we are also at all _ those deep _ thoughts. Apparently, there are a lot of people who have that as their TikTok account, so I had to do a lot of but yeah, you can find us Deep Thoughts, Deep THOTS. And just on all the major streaming platforms. Nice. So we have audio on all the main ones.
Awesome. Well, again, that is a definite big new thing for you, and definitely something that is worth checking out.
Yeah, I'm proud. And so we get a perspective of all different varieties. And so I have a videographer on there. I have bi, trans, straight, male, you name it, it's up there. I'm about to actually interview Erica for the podcast. So we'll see how that goes, because I wanted to get like what it would be like the publicist perspective too.
Sure.
So
yeah,
that should be an interesting
I was going to say, yeah, that will be a fun one. And Erica, well, as she's your publicist, and we've had the pleasure of meeting her. We had lunch. I think last year we were out in Las Vegas, and she happened to be out there. We had lunch with her, and it was a fun time. It was really the first time we had sat and talked, at length with her, and it was a fun time.
She's fun. I remember vividly the first time I talked to her, I was like, yeah, I'm going to hire her. And it was just, well, for one, she was a woman, and everyone who I'd interacted with was a man. And I was like, I kind of like having the female perspective and having her in my corner. And she was just really funny and relatable. And so, like, from that one conversation, I was like, I've been with her for like 3 years.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. As long as we've known you, that has been, and again, that is just another support network within the industry that is out there. That you're not alone.
Right.
I think it's what it comes to. And again, fans don't see that. They see the on screen and they're like,
they do.
That's it, and they see nothing else.
Yeah, it's nice when you get to a point where you can outsource and start hiring people. Mm-hmm. At the beginning, though, it's you, and you make or break it. And when you start to make a certain amount, then you can start to be like, oh, I can hire an assistant, I can hire an editor, I can hire a publicist. And those things definitely help with your life, but you have to be successful before that happens, which a lot of people stop before they get there, because this industry is hard, man. You're competing against all the discrimination around you, as well as everyone else producing it. And when the internet hit, there's free porn everywhere, so you're combating that too. So
it's a battle, and as you said, really the industry has grown. Again, I hate to always go back, but the pandemic really changed the industry. And
it did, yeah.
And the content creation online. And it affected the industry in a lot of ways that people do not realize. And we actually had this conversation on a past episode as well, because I was traveling for work, and I had stopped at a couple gentlemen's clubs that were in the area. And the business was like, the places were empty.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why? And I'm thinking, and I'm going, well, has this side of the industry been affected? Because you can sit at home and see that, or see more than that,
Right.
rather than going somewhere to a club or going out somewhere. So it really is, and it's become very interesting.
I think it's interesting because it's been a good and a bad thing. So it was good because the power went back into the performer's hands. So now you can be like to, agencies or other big companies can be like, unless you can make the amount for me that I'm like, give me that amount that I'm making at home, drinking my coffee. I don't see why I should be on set. And so I think that was a really good thing, giving the power back to the performers. On the flip side, there were a lot more people doing it, so I feel like content creation became oversaturated with potentially people who don't need to be doing it or should be doing it like more as a hobby versus their full-time job.
Without a doubt. And I think a lot of the content creation, and there's been a lot of conversation about that, and fans don't realize, and we've talked about it, is the safety aspect. The testing and all of that, where in content creation, are they letting it slide? I'm sure there's some people out there that I'm sure there's some that are just without the realization, but that's a whole other expense when you look at, someone that doesn't live in Miami where Brazzers is, or LA or Vegas.
Or Vegas,
like, what do you do to find a TTS site, or like, what are you doing? That costs.
It costs a lot. It costs probably like $280 on the low end, depending on if you go to a third party clinic, they charge you a draw fee too. So when you're at that clinic, depending on what they decide it is, it can be $50, it can be $100.
Yeah.
On top of the test with expedited shipping, which is $225.
Yeah.
So it's not a cheap thing to do. And so when you do get a test and you don't live in a major hub, you definitely use it effectively. But I have done it in Ohio. Since I live in Ohio, I'm always trying to find talent. And I have reached out to some guys who were like, yeah, I want to be on it. And I was like, okay. So I Zoom them and I outline everything. And basically every time they just ghost and never talk to me again because they're like, it's too much work and too much to do. And I'm like, well, you weren't cut out for it, I guess.
And yeah, I mean, and where we are here in Western Pennsylvania, we know to do a TTS, a draw site, and get the test, it is $300. It's $310.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, it's not cheap. If you're doing it regularly, that's every 2 weeks. So now you're at $600 a month. Think about that. That's over $6,000 a year.
Yep. That's how much I deduct every year in taxes, at least.
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy. I mean, yes, now there are some companies that are now out there that are, that can be a little bit better. And we've talked about some of them that do mail order and different things.
Right.
But that's a whole nother world and a whole nother level that, again, the content creation world, is that there? And yes, you're right. It's inundated.
Yeah. And so I have seen it where it's not really women so much. It's more men who cause problems. And they're called guys with cameras, or guac is like the bad term. But basically there are guys who are in it for just the sex. And so they're looking to just have sex with attractive women instead of make a product that's supposed to be sold. Yep. So if you have sex the same way as you would on a porn scene as you do in real life, you're doing it wrong. Depending on if you're trying to do amateur or just real sex, then that's different. But if you're doing actual angling your body, positioning, working towards the camera and stuff for angles, it doesn't feel good. It's not like real sex. And we're making love to the camera, and we're making a product for people to buy, and it needs to be different.
It's acting, essentially. That is people, it's not, hey, you're right, your home movie, your amateur home movies. It really isn't, and there are, we likened it to, we'll go to a lifestyle club, and there's just a bunch of single guys there, and well, they're not lifestyle. They just heard, hey, we could get into this place and we're going to get a quick lay.
Right. And so I'm like a slut, so I would probably like look to see which one is the most attractive and probably just be like, okay, let's go. But I also join couples. There's a swinger club here in Columbus called Club Princeton, and they are very selective on the single guys they let in. So they cater more towards the couples and making them and more women forward. Which doesn't always work for me because navigating couples is a whole other thing, and we could talk about that for hours. And I don't really want to get into that, but it is easier to snag guys. You're just like, I'll suck your dick, and they're like, okay, yeah, where are we going?
Yeah, okay, where? Right here? Now? Okay, yeah, done.
Like,
Drop trowel, let's go.
Yeah. So in my experience, and I have not really an experience picking up women because I'm like kind of shy and kind of intimidated by them. It's easier to pick up guys, but I haven't really picked up women because I'm intimidated by them. So I guess it's just from me picking guys up. So,
And
women can be harder to read though too.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
it's pretty easy to tell if a guy is interested.
Right. Yeah.
And you have actually said that at clubs before, like, man, is she? Because I mean, she's bi, and it's like, I don't know if she's interested or she's there, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, yeah.
Well, and even right, like you said, couples are more work, even from like our end where we are normally looking for couples. It's still an especially being a bi woman. Sure, if the other woman's bi it too, it makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
But
you got to have a connection with two parties instead of just one. It's tough.
Right. Yeah, I'm good at connecting with people quickly, and like I can read body language really quickly. Like I've read women before who become like dead fishes, and like I can immediately sense her body language, and I'm like, you need to talk. I'm gonna go, and you guys got to get back in sync, which I feel like happens. If you are in the lifestyle or have an open relationship, it's a constant like talking through things that can happen or not happen. And so there could be this one thing that just sets you off and you didn't think it would happen. And so I think you do need to constantly be checking in with each other. And the best couples I know who do lifestyle stuff do that. So
yeah, communication is huge. We talk about that, in lifestyle segments, communication. If you can't communicate and be like, all right, have a timeout, let's talk.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to be very successful in the lifestyle.
I mean, I think that's just across the board, though. I mean, we have full like consent talks before we do stuff, and like we fully iron out what we do, don't do, and then normally what I'll do is I'll have everyone pay attention on set because I normally have like someone running script, and they have a boom operator and then the videographer, and I'll be like, so their like safe word is blink and their safe symbol is this. If you see this or if you see their demeanor change or whatever, and you can call cut anytime.
Yeah.
Because I can't. The hardest thing I do now is I direct and I'm talent at the same time, which is really, really, really hard to do, to have a full picture of you as well as be in the moment with someone. And so I can't always see everything. So that's why I'm like, if you see anything or whatever, just call cut. It's fine.
And that is an interesting point that you don't really think about. If you are the center of that scene, but as the director, the producer, you're not in tune totally with everything because you're in that character and trying to make that scene the best it can be. It's
very difficult. I eventually, if I stay in this line of work indefinitely, I will transition from talent to just director, and then I will have someone be me. I don't know who that would be. I talked to an agent once who I hire people from, and he was like, well, eventually you could have a contract star who's you. But I'm like, I don't know who that would be, who could fill that. That's like a big shoes to fill with the energy and the multiple guys and just who I am as personality-wise. That's like my real personality, but yeah. It could be difficult for sure.
And essentially to hire, talking to hire my replacement
Right.
Yeah, and especially when you enjoy what you're doing. So, question is, back when you started this, and I don't know if we talked about this on our last interview, did you foresee this transition of moving behind the camera?
I think for me, it's always been me bettering myself and becoming more. And I think that that is like the trajectory that you want to eventually be at. So I want to be in that shoes of having the big picture and being like, I picked all these creative things and this happened because of me. And like, and it would be like on a bigger scale. So like I would have like what I did with The Office, but just me, and I'd be directing the whole thing instead of being in it. And theoretically, I would have liked to do that scene without being in it, but just me and Hazel Grace co-produced it. It was very expensive, so it kind of made sense for us to be in it, just like to save money. And I also wanted to be in it and be that character because she's hilarious. At one point, she like is on the phone with the customer getting face fucked, and it's like the funniest thing I've ever done in my entire life. So it's really good. And I'm excited for everyone to see all the shenanigans that we did all over The Office. But yeah, I think eventually, when I first started, I was just thinking about transitioning from FetLife to just actually monetizing it, but I was still just having sex. So if you look at my really like old stuff, it was on a phone. It was me just having real sex, not doing angles or positioning or playing to the camera. And it wasn't until I bought my really nice camera at the beginning of 2021, I think. I was in New York. I was in Jersey doing a scene with a company that I no longer shoot for, but is very intense. And if you like deep throating, you know who they are. They film in New Jersey. And so I was shooting for them because I was used to doing hardcore stuff, which I still can do, but it's rare nowadays. And I took an Uber into New York, went to Adorama, and I bought my first camera. Yeah, I've been using it ever since. And I've transitioned a lot. I have a full rig now with a cinema lens and another camera. And so things have changed a lot. Mm-hmm. And the way I film has changed. The way I build scenes, I don't just throw scenes together anymore. I'd never do just sex anymore. There has to be some kind of hook or theme to it. And so I think just me, my personality, I've always wanted to be better. And so I think that's just naturally where my career went. So,
yeah. And again, that's awesome. Going that storyline theme. And we've had those discussions, I think, as well in the past. Gonzo versus the laid out, the theme, the directed.
right.
Everybody has what they like and what they move to. Yes, early on, you were definitely the gonzo and having fun, raw sex.
Right.
But as like even, Mrs. will share, she's looking for the storyline, the plot, like something to get into.
Right.
That has great sex in it because it makes for a fun watch.
Yeah, I think it makes it relatable, and especially for women. A lot of women read erotica. So if you can make your porn like a smut book or an erotic book, I promise you that's what women want to see. Because they're reading it. If you can make it on a screen, they're going to watch it. So.
Yep, not wrong.
Okay, look at 50 Shades.
Yeah. It's intense. I don't do that. I have friends who do that, and I am in awe of what they can do. And I buy them torture devices. I call the floggers. I get them torture devices for Christmas presents and whatnot. I'm very pro what they do. I just can't have it done to me because I'm a big baby and I can't have bruises. So.
But knowing your boundaries and what works, that's again, we talk about that because over the years, that was always a hard no for us. Well, we've kind of expanded it, and Mrs. has found out, she's like, wow, like a little bit of flogging actually is a real big turn on.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing too rough, right? Because I can't have those bruises either, and I bruise like a peach.
Right. I have a bunny. I call it bunny kisses, or they call it bunny kisses. They gave it to me. It's made out of bunny fur, and it doesn't leave any marks, and it feels really good. And so I always run around when they're doing their stuff, and I'm like, I'm one of you. I get to be one of you for the night. And
Nice.
it's fun. So definitely that's an option too. Like that's more like texture and like that kind of play, like feather play. And stuff.
Yeah, just that feel and the different stuff. But and again, to see the growth as within yourself as a performer and a person over the years, it is great. Great things coming. As you talked about all the work you do, we talked a little bit about your show earlier on. So the question is, when the camera is off, how do you take care of yourself mentally? And I know we talked a little bit about this 2 years ago, but has any of that changed? What does that look like for you now?
So I am, like I said, I watch wrestling and TV shows and whatnot, and I love Raw. I watch it every Monday. Nothing gets in the way of that unless I'm doing like a podcast recording I can't like miss or whatever. But I really try not to mess that up. I like watching all the drama and the stories. It's just great. I sadly have not painted in a while because I haven't had time. It's one of my things I'd like to get back to this year. I'd actually like to have paintings available for sale at Chicago Exotica. I thought my fans might kind of like that, just natural, like that personal touch. I may even paint erotic. We'll see how my mind goes. And I have 5 pets. They keep me very busy. And
I do
get as
remember
much
you
love
saying
as I
the
want.
animals. Yep.
At any point, they're probably like, "Oh my God, leave me alone! I'm trying to sleep," and I'm like, "But I need to love you now." Yeah, and I love video games, but I have to play with someone. I'm not good at playing by myself. So I absolutely adore Stardew Valley, and I love farming, and we have a very successful farm called Poontown Farms, and I've just convinced one of the characters to marry me, and I'm very excited about it. So, yeah,
Nice.
that's basically how I unplug, and I like cooking and baking and the normal other girly stuff, but...
Yeah. So from the pet standpoint, and we got to ask because that's changed with us since last time we talked because now
majorly.
we are pet owners. I gave in as the big mean dad, and I'm like, oh, fine. If you really want, fine. You want a dog, get a dog. So we now have just over a 1.5-year-old monster puppy. So...
He's
What kind of dog? Is it a Great Dane?
He's half Great Dane, half Black Lab.
Oh, he's a big goof.
Yes.
Exactly.
He's a big
Yes.
yeah.
He's 115 pounds of I don't know how big I really am.
Yep.
Right, lap dog. Who tries to get on your lap.
Yeah, and we live out in the country, so he doesn't know if he wants to be a hunter or then a car drives down the road and he's scared and wants to run inside and hide. I'm like, either we're a tough animal or we're a pansy.
Right.
But we're a little bit of both. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's like my dog. I have a golden retriever, and she's pure love. Like she doesn't know anything else. My cats, I have some that are very loving. They're all very nice, but I definitely feel like they would like attack you, more likely to attack you than my dog. My dog would never like attack anyone. She doesn't know what that is. So the cats are feisty, and I get it. Like I probably, if I was a cat, I would be like an asshole, just for the fun of it,
Just because you can.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's accepted if you're a cat. That's
right. So
Nice.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yes, we went from absolutely no pets on. We had fish.
Yeah, we went from an aquarium to and I'm like, oh boy.
Aw.
Yeah. So it's a handful, but pets it changes, and from that, as you said, that mental thing, they really that is you don't realize how much of a support that can be.
Yeah. I mean, I know people who are like on the brink of everything, and the only thing that pulled them back is that they have to feed their pets every day. And if somebody doesn't feed their pets, they're like, what's going to happen to my pet? And so, like, you know, I don't know how many pets have saved people's lives, but I'm sure it's a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. And I do remember with you saying painting, I do remember you said you kind of enjoyed that and you did that. And yeah, I could like Chicago Exotica to be able to sell some of that stuff or have, you know, just, you know, little 8x10s or some kind of canvases. There are other performers out there that I know do the arts and crafts and do paintings and things. And it's a release for you, and there's a monetary end, and it's a feel good for a fan as well to get something done by you.
Yeah. I mean, I put a lot of love and effort into it. So, yeah, it would be real special. I'd be like, I made that with my blood, sweat, and tears.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Or you could just go and put some paint on your boob and just put it on there, and I'm sure somebody would buy it.
To be honest, I feel like you read my mind because we have girls' nights here every now and then, and we have seriously talked about doing that and finger painting with our tits. And then the guys are like, we want to. And I'm like, okay, but you got to put a condom on your dick because you don't want paint up your urethra. Not a good time. But I think it would be really funny in my friend group who are mostly married. Like, we're finger painting with our tits and they're finger painting with their dicks.
Yeah.
It'd be really like to see who does better paintings. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Forget going to like wine and pottery night. Like, here we go.
Cock painting. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we need to do that. I need to make a mental note right now.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Next monthly get together. There we are.
Yeah, pull your dicks out. No.
Yeah. They just walk in and there's paint and canvases everywhere. Be like, all right, let's go. Drop.
Be like, where are the paintbrushes? I'll be like, you have yours.
Yeah. You were born with them. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, well, this has been a pleasure. Just sitting again, hearing the new stuff and really having a conversation. As we said, we've always enjoyed our conversations with you and the time. You know, really just, it's so great when we get to know someone and we watch their career grow. We watch them grow as a person. This show, we didn't think that, hey, we're going to feel like we have made such good friends and see them grow and prosper. So it's great for us to see that. And so happy for you that is to see you continue to go.
Right. I really appreciate it. It's wonderful. I always feel like I want to pull everyone up with me. So I'm like, there's enough. Like, we're a multi-billion-dollar industry. There's enough money to go around. I don't understand the mentality of like pushing people down. Like, we could all get a piece and we could all pull each other up. It doesn't matter if you're a podcaster or if you're just a videographer or whatever. Like, we all make up the industry and we all like should hold hands because there's enough like icky discrimination out there where people are like, you're terrible, we should at least like each other, you know. So
it is a family all around, and again, it's important to have that feeling and your mindset, your heart that really wants to make it better goes a long way. It says so much about you as a person and who you are that, look, you want that togetherness and to help others throughout. It's great because it takes people that want to do that. Yeah. And
it
like
really
you said,
does. It takes, that's like one of the reasons, it's like with your podcast or mine, you know, we have to open the conversation, and that's what we're doing. And that's the first step to change, is having a conversation. So keep doing what you're doing. It's needed.
Yeah. So. And you as well. Like I said, it's great. You know, so happy to be able to talk to you, to have built friendship here and know you and be able to see you and smile and, you know, get to Exotica. And again, Chicago's coming up fast. It's not far away. Our room is booked already.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah, me too. I am picking my outfits. I was supposed to go to New Jersey last year and I got sick, so I have some outfits I didn't wear there that I'm
nice.
gonna bring out, and I'm real excited for one of the cosplays because it's like me flipping the gender, and I'm real excited about it. So
Nice.
Well, we're definitely interested to see what you have up your sleeve this time.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And listeners, remember that, as we said, hey, you know what? It's April 11th through 13th in Rosemont. Tickets are available. They've opened all the hotels up. They have already announced all of that. So it's there. It's time. It's the middle of February already.
I know
It's
gone
insane.
So fast.
Now we just
Almost
have to wait.
Valentine's Day. I
Right.
love Valentine's Day. I decorate. It is the only holiday I specifically decorate. So when I die, there will probably be 100 bins of decorations. But there will only be one specific for Valentine's Day. Because it's like the holiday of fucking eating chocolate, drinking wine, and you get to eat good food, and nobody judges you. You could masturbate all day and then eat chocolate, and it would be wonderful. So I'm pro Valentine's Day.
Or
So,
eat chocolate while masturbating.
yeah. I mean,
And again,
Yeah.
and you're right. I mean,
Okay.
it really is that day. We're
I love
as we record this, we're 2 days away, and I still run a restaurant at night, and tomorrow all day is the focus on that and
it is. Yep.
what that special menu is, because it's the day of love and debauchery and sex.
Anal, and
Yeah.
it's the day that you decide to give anal. I actually, my husband always asks, he's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Anal." Every time. Because it's like my favorite thing ever.
Nice.
I'm like, the prep involved. All the prep is like what makes anal not so great. So
Yeah, that's that's a whole nother episode, and what goes into those anal scenes that you watch, because
That most people don't realize.
no.
No. The amount of solutions and gummy bears and everything like that. We've heard some of those stories.
Yeah, and the long hoses and the wrenches. There's a wrench involved. I have to travel with the wrench to pull the shower head off, okay? There's actually a funny story of me and Rebel stayed in a studio together because we were shooting. And it would have been a hilarious video of two, like, anal sluts trying to take the shower head off with the wrench. And we eventually gave up and went to the other bathroom and ended up working. But, like, for a good, 5 minutes, we were working on that shower head. And hilarious video. And we were both so frustrated at the end.
That is great. Well, again, it's been fun. It's been great to kind of catch up with you. And well, we look forward to seeing you here in really about a month and a half in Chicago.
I look forward to your awesome questions.
It's time for us to start penciling them in and thinking about them. So
Yeah,
again,
those are the only scripted questions we use anymore.
anymore. That is the only time we write any questions down. Other than that, we just let these conversations flow and go where they want to go.
That's the best way to do it.
That's it. So you have a good rest of the evening. We appreciate the time.
Yeah, gladly. You guys too. Thank
All
you. I'll
right.
be on in episode 500 or whatever. How far you want to go? So,
Awesome. Very good. Have a good night.
you too.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Well, as we said, if you so care to go back and dig up episode 7 and really hear our first conversation and see for yourself, or better yet, just, check out her website, her social medias, and see there for yourself and support her as well. Again, just someone that over the years has become a friend. We've been able to watch her career grow evolve and flourish. So there's a lot going on. Be sure to check out her podcast as we discussed on the show as well. And, well, as we all said, we're counting down the days to Exotica at this point. April 11th through 13th in Rosemont, Illinois. Chicago is always a great time. We always look forward to that every year.
Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah, it's been it hasn't been terrible the last few years. So,
but this year's weather all around has been different.
Yeah, so you really never know.
No.
But again, we will be there. If you're listening and you're going to be there, shoot us an email. Let us know. We'll be on the floor. Friday's still up in the air based on work and when we get there. Last year we didn't get there until quite late in the evening, so may not be on the floor on Friday, but we'll be on the floor all day on Saturday and Sunday for a while, hanging out at the after parties and just having a good time and catching up with all of our friends within the industry that we haven't seen since beginning of December in DC.
Yep. Since last year, really.
Yes. So with that, we're to call this episode a wrap.
Sounds good.
All right. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter and Instagram. The Bergs on Facebook and Reddit. OnlyFans
Yeah.
what's the OnlyFans? There's two of them.
There are.
Did you? Yeah, I remember that one. There's two of them. So there is ours. Is Berg Couple for Fun, but then
Yes.
Mrs. has her own.
That's right.
Oh, and that is
Mrs. Berg.
all right. So you can catch us there as well. You can hit us up on email, thebergs@inourtub.com.
Right.
Our website is inourtub.com.
Catch us on Free Swap or
Full.
full Free Swap, Full Swap Radio.
I mean,
See, you asked me if I remember my
Free
lines.
for all swap. I mean, hey.
On
more
Full
the
Swap
merrier.
Radio.
Yes. Monday at 9 and Fridays at 1. And hey, keep an eye out on those social medias that's where our travel plans and the upcoming where we gonna be is gonna be. So, with that, remember to pay for your porn. Support all the wonderful, beautiful content creators and performers that we have on this show, that we know within the industry. Take care of yourself, mental health. Do what makes you keep ticking and being yourself. Remember to wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time.
We'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.